Hello everybody, welcome to another video. My name is Infiniti and today I'm going to show you guys how to crochet the vintage fan ripple stitch. This stitch is used most commonly in blankets, but I've also seen it made up in scarves, and I think it's really gorgeous and it's an awesome variation to chevrons. So without further ado, I'm just going to jump into this tutorial. To start, you're going to want at least 2 different colors. It looks best with at least 2 different colors. Some people use 3 or more, but that's totally up to you. To get started, I am going to use my dark purple color that I have nearby, and I am going to chain in multiples of 9 plus 1. For the swatch I did, I chained 18 and then added 1 for a total of 19 stitches. So I think I'm going to do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And my plus 1 for 19 stitches. Alright, once you have your chains, what you're going to do is single crochet into the second chain from your hook and into the next 3 chains for a total of 4 single crochet. So I just did my first one. I'll do my second one. Into this 5th single crochet stitch, we are going to place 3 single crochets right into that chain stitch. So here's 1, 2, and 3. Now that we have done that, we are going to place a single crochet in the next 8 stitches. And you might have to pull your chain apart a little bit to find that one next to the stitch we just did. We're just going to make 8 single crochet in the next 8 stitches. And 8. Alright, once you've created those 8 single crochet, what you're going to do is single crochet 3 into the very next stitch, kind of like we did before. So we're just going to insert our hook into that next chain and put 3 single crochet stitches into that one chain. 2, and 3. Alright, so if you have a longer project, which most likely you will repeat the process of creating 8 single crochet, and then in that 9th stitch you're going to put 3 single crochet into that one chain, and then you're going to go down 8 again, and so on until you reach the end of your pattern. Once you reach the end of your pattern, you should have 4 stitches left if you did it correctly, and what you're going to do is just single crochet in those last 4 stitches of your row. And this is what row 1 should kind of look like. And now we're going to move on to row 2. For row 2, I'm going to work in the same color. I'm going to chain 1. And for this row, and going on forward, we're going to be working in the back loop only. So, not counting this first stitch, we are going to make 4 single crochet in the next 4 stitches, working in the back loop only. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And after we've made those 4 single crochet, we should be at the peak, our first little peak here. And in that peak stitch, we are going to create 3 single crochet in that one stitch, working in the back loop only. 2 and 3. Alright, and now we are going to work 4 stitches down into a valley. So in the next stitch we're going to place 1 single crochet, and there's 1 in the next stitch, 1 in the next stitch, and 1 in the next stitch. Alright, now that we have single crocheted those 4, we are going to skip 2 stitches. So 1, 2, and over here we're going to insert our hook, and we are going to make a single crochet in the next 4 stitches, working in the back loop only. There's 2 and 3 and 4. Alright, now we're at another peak, and what we're going to do is work 3 single crochet in that peak stitch, and you're going to continue this repeat until you reach the end of your row. So you would work down again, you would skip 2, and you do 4 going up to the peak, and you'd work 4 down again, and so on until you reach those last stitches. And in the last 4 stitches, what we're going to do is work a single crochet in each of them. And that is row 2. Alright, for row 3 is just a repeat of row 2. So I'm going to get right in here. I'm going to chain up 1 stitch. Not counting that first stitch, we are going to single crochet 4 going up to our peak in those back loops. So there's 2, 3, 4, and in that peak we are going to make 3 single crochet. Once we complete those 3 single crochet, we're going to work 4 single crochet down to our little valley here. I'm going to skip 2 stitches, and we are going to work back up to our peak with 4 single crochet in the back loop only. And then when we get back to that peak, we're going to put 3 single crochet in that 1 stitch at the top. 2 and 3. And then we are going to work back down to our valley 4 stitches. Then you'd skip 2, and then you would work 4 single crochet back up to your next peak. Now that I'm at the end of my row, I'm going to work 4 single crochet to the end in the back loop only. And by working these stitches in the back loop only, you end up with these nice evident ridges, which is exactly what you want for this pattern. And this is what the end of row 3 looks like. Now we're ready for row 4, and this pattern is a 4-row repeat. Now that we are here at row 4, what we're going to do is chain 1, we're going to turn our work, and we are going to slip stitch into the back loop only, for the next 3 stitches, including the first stitch. So 1, 2, and 3. We are going to now chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we are going to do what is called a triple treble crochet. And it sounds wild, I know. But what we're going to do is yarn over 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. And in the back loop of this next stitch, we are going to yarn over, insert our hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. I'm going to yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. And that gives us our first triple treble crochet. So technically this chain 6 also counts as one of these stitches. So in the next stitch we're going to create another triple treble. So again, that is yarning over 4 times. Let's see, 2, 3, and 4. Insert into that back loop only. Yarn over, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. That is a tongue twister for me, I apologize. Alright, now we are back at our peak stitch, and what we're going to be doing at our peak stitch is putting 3 of these triple treble crochets into that one stitch. Wow, I've been talking too much. Okay. So again, that is yarn over 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Insert our hook into that back loop, and we're just going to yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, 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 yarn over, pull through 2. Alright. Alright, now that we've done that, we are going to create a triple treble crochet in the next 3 back loops. Oops. Alright, and now we have 9 triple treble crochets. Again, that chain 6 at the beginning counted as 1. And each section should have 9 triple treble crochets. Alright, now what we're going to do is skip the next 4 stitches. Alright, so 1, haha, that's weird to see. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to skip those 4 stitches and insert our hook into that 5th stitch, or you can count back 3 from your next peak stitch. That works as well. And you're going to insert your hook into that back loop, and you're going to create the first triple treble crochet of your next repeat. Alright, going to make our second one. So you're pulling through 5 times when you're creating these triple trebles, if anybody's curious. 2, 3. Throw your hook into that back loop. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. 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 And yarn over, pull through 2. Alright, so now that we have those next 3 triple trebles, what I want to do is work into this peak stitch, which is my very next stitch, with 3 of them. Let's yarn over 4 times. Alright, and now I am going to work down my valley into the next 3 stitches now that I'm at the end of my row. However, for your wider projects, what you would continue to do is work down those next 3 stitches, skip 4, work up 3 stitches to the peak, work 3 triple treble crochets into that peak stitch, and then you work down another 3 stitches, and so on until you reach the end of your row. Like I said, at the end of my row, I am going to work down those next 3 triple treble crochets. Alright, and when I get to my last 2 stitches on my hook, I'm going to change my color. So I have this nice lighter shade of purple here that I'm going to attach. Pull through those last 2 stitches like so, and I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to turn my work, and you have the option to weave in these ends as you go along. This is my swatch, so I'm not doing it. Alright, so working the back loop only, what we're going to do is work up 4 stitches, 4 single crochet stitches in the back loop only, and we're going to do that in our base of our chain 1. Because we kind of lost a couple of stitches, and now we need to regain them. So for this initial row, we will work into that first stitch. We're going to single crochet, and then 2, 3, 4. Alright, our next stitch should be that center treble crochet from the previous row, and we are going to work 3 single crochets in the back loop only of this stitch. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3. Now we're going to work a single crochet in each of the next 8 stitches. So like I said, this pattern is a really easy 4-row repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, and again, my next stitch, the peak stitch, should be the center triple treble from the previous row. I'm going to work 3 single crochets in the back loop of this next stitch, and you would continue this process of creating your peaks, then single crocheting the next 8 stitches until you reach the end of your row. So there's 1, 2, and 3, all in the same stitch. And once you reach the end of your row, you're just going to work 1 single crochet in each of those last 4 back loops. Now the last one can be tricky to see because it's actually the top of the chain 6 from the previous row. But you just go into one of those loops at the top of that chain and single crochet. And this is the end of row 5. This is what my pattern looks like so far. I'm absolutely loving this stitch. I may do a project later this year with it because just look at it, it's gorgeous. Anyway, now on to row 6. Row 6 is much like row 2. I'm going to actually cut this dark color purple. Haha. I'm going to chain 1 and turn my work. Now we are going to work 4 single crochet up to our peak. We're not going to include this first stitch though, so we're going to look at the second one and work into that back loop. We're going to work up 4 single crochet from there. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright, we're back to our peak. So just like last time, we're going to work 3 single crochets into that peak. Now we're going to work a single crochet in each of the next 4 back loops. I'm now going to skip 2 stitches and work 4 single crochets up to my next peak. Work those 3 single crochets in my peak. And I will finish my row with 4 single crochet in the next 4 back loops. Oops. 2, 3, and 4. And this is what row 6 looks like. Row 7 is a repeat of row 2. And then I'll meet you guys back when I am ready to do my next set of triple trebles. Alright, row 8 is a repeat of row 4. So what we're going to do is we are going to chain 1, turn our work, and we are going to slip stitch in the base of that chain 1. We're going to slip stitch into the next stitch and into the next stitch for a total of 3 slip stitches. Now we're going to chain up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now we're going to begin creating our triple treble stitches again, which is yarning over 4 times. And 4. Going to insert our hook into that next back loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, 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 and yarn over, pull through 2. And again, I will admit this stitch is awkward. So if you notice throughout the tutorial, I've been holding this super tall stitch as I work it up. That makes it easier for me to handle. It may also be easier for you to turn your work around the more of these clusters that you end up making, because the wider your project is, the more fiddly it'll probably be. Alright, we're going to work another triple treble in the next stitch. Alright, and now I'm back to my peak stitch right here, so I will be making a cluster of 3 triple treble crochets into that one stitch in the back loop only. Alright, now I'm ready to work 3 stitches back down to my little valley there. Alright, now that I have done those 3 stitches, I'm going to skip the next 4 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and in that 5th stitch, I'm going to start working my next set of triple trebles. So there's 1. 2. 3. Now that I am back at my next peak stitch, I'm going to be working 3 of these triple trebles into that peak stitch. Alright, now I'm going to work my last 3 triple trebles of this row. So when you get to this last triple treble crochet, you are going to then change your color to the next one you want to put in your pattern sequence. This has been the Vintage Fan Ripple Stitch. I hope you guys enjoyed today's tutorial. If so, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on awesome weekly content. I typically post crochet tutorials every Sunday at 9:30 a.m. CST. Thanks for making it to the end of the video, and if you are interested in my other content, I post pictures galore on Instagram and Pinterest, so you can check those out. Both of those platforms are linked in my description box below. And until next time, guys, happy making.